Getting Blanca back tonight, just how did you feel like she did in her debut? What did you like from her?
Yeah, she's only practiced twice this week. And obviously I think games are different, you know, and she was anxious to play, and but I'm hoping that we can just keep ramping up our minutes, you know, as we go along. I think she gives us a really good, a good balance, you know, either with Sarah or when Sarah's not on the floor, you know, to have a similar type of presence out there. So I think all in all, I think it was a good start for her.
Geno, the defense got the offense going again, and maybe they played a little bit more like you were suggesting after Sunday, that weren't trying to steal basketballs and just kind of put them in a position where they made the mistakes.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not exactly thrilled with you know, where we are offensively right now. So much of our offense is coming from our defense, you know, and I don't know that that's something that you're going to be able to count on every night, you know, getting 25 steals against people. So our defense has been really, I mean, it's the reason why we're doing what we're doing these first 3 games, and I think we can keep having that kind of an effect on teams. But I like to see us be a little more cohesive on the offensive. I thought in the second half we were. I thought we were a little bit better. I thought that first quarter it was all, you know, kind of disjointed, and it took a while. You know, I think we finished with 12 turnovers. We had 7 of them in the first quarter, I think. You know, so it was kind of sloppy in the beginning, but I like our aggressiveness, you know, and I like the fact that we can run people out there and keep everybody fresh, and then again, your offense is going to look lousy when you're running that many people in and out of there. There's, you know, so it's going to take a while for all that to catch up.
Coach, you had 36 bench points tonight. Talk a little bit about it after Florida State on Sunday. Did you see anything from the bench that you liked or not tonight?
Well, you know, the more minutes they play, obviously, I think the more, you know, points are going to come at the expense of somebody, you know. So bench had a lot of points because AZ and Sarah didn't. So, you know, those two things. Can you do both of those things? You know, can both of those guys get their 20 and the bench still get 40? I don't know whether that's possible or not. But I think the more minutes they play, the more we play together, the more cohesive we are. I thought that one group looked pretty good in the second half, you know, and so as I said, I like our aggressiveness right now.
Kind of going off of that, you've been able to get everybody in both games who's available. Are you liking the rotations? Are you finding lineups that you're still experimenting with, or ones you're really liking?
Again, getting everybody in, yeah, that's great. It's not so great when you're not playing the people you need to play a lot of minutes to get them ready to play a lot of minutes. So I like the fact that everybody got a chance to play. That's great. If we can do that, great. I enjoyed trying to get everybody in. We go game by game, see what happens, but glad we could do it.
About this a little bit before about the offensive flow, but overall, what do you think could have improved on a great night for both sides?
I thought it was sloppy. as I talked about, the amount of turnovers. Sometimes that comes from, you know, trying to do 5 things at once. You know, we're trying to get up 35 at the first TV timeout. So everybody's in a hurry to score. Everybody's in a hurry to make a crazy pass. Everybody's rushing around and nothing looks good. So some combination of, and it's hard to do, to play with that kind of intensity on defense, with that kind of energy, and trying to force as many turnovers as we can. And then all of a sudden, when you cross the court, to go, all right, now dial it down a little bit, and let's be, be more intentional with what we want. That's going to take a little bit of time. And I thought we got better at it in the second half.
You know, in that second quarter, like Easy was in, Sarah Strong was out, vice versa. Was it just the flow of the game, or were you just trying to make other players make plays and not have everything have to go through those 2 players?
Yeah, generally, it'll be rare. It'll be rare when you have both of them out of the lineup, unless there's a reason for it, because there's a comfort level knowing that one of them's out there because they can get 3 or 4 buckets in a row. People don't have to do way more than they normally do. And some days it's easier to do than others to rest them both or get them both out. But when you're going up and down the way we are, people are going to need a break more often than they have in the past, where we played mostly half-court basketball. And I think as Kaylee Heckel gets better and better, meaning better understanding, and can make more plays, as I think as Allie gets even more comfortable out there. You watch Allie play, she makes a lot of things, right? She makes driving layups, she'll make threes, she's a good passer, she's big guard, for us. So the more comfortable that she gets, the easier it is to give Azzy a breather, So we're just searching. And today, you find out a little more every day about what works and what doesn't.
Geno, no ice tonight. What's going on with her? What's the outlook there?
She has some inflammation in her knee. It's been bothering her for a little bit now, and so I'm just going to wait day to day and see if it calms down. Nothing serious.
Geno, you talked about what you like tonight. Over the last 3 games, what do you like that you want to carry over? Competition may get a little stiffer now, starting with Ohio State. And what do you want to change from the first 3 games and not see as much of it, if at all?
Yeah, there's been a pattern to the 3 games. There's stretches where we look really advanced. Like, it's not November, it's not our first, second, or third game. So, more of those minutes. There's stretches where we put it all together, inside, outside, defense, offense, and then there's stretches like that first quarter today, or fourth quarter against Louisville, or stretches against Florida State. So every game that you play, you're trying to just cut down on the things that you see out there that you say, does that make any sense? Like simple thing like an out of bounds play, that we a couple times, we didn't execute it very well. So it's sometimes it's just little things But I just want our intensity to carry over. I want us to play as fast and as hard as we're playing. And I wanted to, today I thought, we got to the rim way more often. We didn't take as many threes as we normally take. So I would like to get back to getting up in that 25, 27, whatever it is, threes that we want to take every night. But each game's going to depend on what the competition looks like, what they're trying to do, what they're giving us, what they're trying to take away. So Sunday will be another test, another way for us to find out. I don't know who we have after that. Michigan, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, all the games are going to be interesting going forward.
You guys in the class of 2026, what are your early impressions of her?
Well, obviously, we've known Big O since 9th grade, and she's been up on campus a lot over the years, and gotten better and better every time that I've seen her. And she's a competitive kid and skilled, really skilled. Probably the most skilled kid coming out of high school for her size, in the mold of kids that we've had in the past, like a Steph Dolson kind of kid, kid that can dribble, can pass, can shoot, wants to play defense, gets up and down the floor quickly. And a great kid, great family, very tight-knit family. And yeah, I think we don't have a lot of incoming players as of this point right now, but that's just the world today, sometimes your best recruiting happens in April now, as you find out, the changing world. But this is an important one for us. We put a lot of time and effort into Olivia. A lot of time, a lot of effort, and I'm glad it paid off. I think they're happy, her and her family, and I'm thrilled. Her dad brings up great bread and great mozzarella from New York, and he enjoys it. He enjoys bringing it, and I enjoy eating it.
Coach, when games come down to half-court games, how important is it to have a known quality in terms of a third scorer?
It depends. Most teams, you're happy if you have one, like a lot of teams do. You're thrilled if you have two that you can go to. If you have three, then obviously we certainly had that last year, and you saw the results. I don't know that we have that yet, but I think we will. And it doesn't have to be all three scores are the same, they can be different, they can do it different ways, and I think that's a luxury that all the good teams have. They can find a third scorer, that separates them from everybody else. So I think we've got two right now that we know we can count on every night, and we've got some candidates to be that third scorer, and maybe even 3.5, 4, who knows.
The way the college is now with transfer portal and everything, does the November signing period, does it have a much different vibe? It seemed like that was always a big day. Now it just seems like, oh yeah, there's the early signing period and we still have months and months to figure out everything else.
Yeah, it certainly has changed. All this transfer portal stuff and all this kids being able to stay 5 years and all this extra eligibility for everybody and taking kids out of the G League now and playing all it's doing is really hurting the high school kids. You know, it seems like everything that comes along is a real negative for the high school kids. So yeah, the signing period back in the day was you know, make or break for your program, and now, like you said, it's for us. Don't get me wrong, it's still important. I mean, we really value getting, you know, that kid that we really want to develop, you know, that doesn't come to us already with habits that either work or don't work for us. So for us, the high school kids are crucial. But like everybody else in the country, you either get what you want in November, and if you do, great. That doesn't mean you're not going to get more in April. And if you don't get what you want in November, there's certainly going to be players available in April. So it's important, but I think it's been harmful to the high school kids. But it's still important to us.